Like when you move to a new country, you always feel like a foreigner because you have to get used to the habits of the city, of the country. You have to get comfortable and know your way, meet people. And I feel like the integration in Ghana was actually very easy. And after a couple of months, I don't know if it's because I lived in Nigeria before, but after a couple of months, maybe a year, you know, I really felt like home. So I would say that today definitely I feel like I'm part of the people here.
I ended up selling my part of that company 3 years ago when I moved to Ghana. And Ghana was for me a way of starting fresh, of starting new, of humble beginnings where I had to learn again and listen to all these amazing people within the food movement, which I see as experts and inspirations.
And then I moved here at a very difficult period because it was just during COVID, so 2 weeks before the lockdown. So basically I didn't knew many people. And it was a very vulnerable moment, you know, but I really felt at home.
I'm humbled by Ghana in so many ways, and I'm very, very thankful for this adventure it's been for us because it's taught me a lot about community, about living in a community of people, about observing and seeing Ghanaian life in its raw form. So I feel like when we leave, I have a very joyful, happy heart about it. I couldn't have hoped for more, you know, and somehow that makes me feel content and ever grateful for life here.
It's a great time to be in West Africa and in Accra in particular. There's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of knowledge that is to be shared. From my personal experience, meeting so many people here, I can see that everybody is just trying to bring something new or different to several industries in this country.
Just being surrounded by Black people, all the time. I don't have to worry about race here. I feel like everybody knows that I'm Black. You know what I mean? I don't stand out because I'm Black. I stand out here because I'm American, because I have tattoos, because I have dreadlocks. I feel like I stand out because of something different. And I feel like I wouldn't get this sense of, belonging in the States.
I feel I come from a society and a culture that really breeds a dichotomy between who you are at work and who you are in your private life or your spiritual life or your family life. At least in the people that I work with, really are able to bring their whole selves to work. And so, they feel free to pray when it's necessary in a work context. They feel free to sing while they're working. They feel free to break out into dance when great things happen.
And a lot of friends told me from Senegal, oh wow, so you're so lucky you're going to Ghana. You're gonna see, it's very cool, people are nice. I didn't really know what to expect, and now I think it's very peaceful, very nice. People are very, very friendly, and that's just, you have to break the ice. But once you have taken that step, you feel very comfortable.
You could be disappointed in the way that the government works here or how institutions work, but we have to remember that these political systems were inherited from the British and other colonial powers, and those political systems were designed for resource extraction. Just like how the colonial powers came and literally thieved so much resources, that same system exists, so what do you expect people to do?
But what do I mean with developed? Because developed into what? Are we going to develop Ghana until it is the Netherlands or Germany or America? Or is there another way to just have your country? We can also see that how we build our country and how our culture is, that there is also a lot of bad things about how we think we should have the country.
It is difficult. You just have to, I don't know, maybe it's an ego thing. I think I'm too special, so I'm like, I don't care about them. But it takes 1 in a million Africans to say, hey, I won't live for anybody. They say it, they won't live for anybody, but then you just see them slowly slide and go into the cultural lane.
In Ghana, also a lot of people is very rich. Society is like two sides. As people rich, they can enjoy the life standard like in Europe. But those who doesn't have money, it's really survive. But the most touch part for me is that either you are rich or you are not so rich. You enjoy the moment. You feel happy.
And I know that with the Kwame Nkrumah and the time of independence, Ghana had a very, very interesting plans and hope for themselves.
Going out and talking to strangers sometimes can be a little bit awkward or difficult, but I have to do it because I have to find someone. But at the end of the day, it always gives me some pleasure and some satisfaction because I realize, yes, I did it, I found someone, and in most cases, the story that I heard from the person is really good. You know, that is something maybe I learned. Every person has a story. You just have to talk to her or to him, listen, and then at the end of the day, write it down.
Another thing that I respect about Ghana and Ghanaians is the hustle. You know, obviously people here are struggling to make a living that they can afford across a very expensive city. And of course it's difficult, and you can see that it's difficult for a lot of people, but still, even the kayaye in the street, you know, selling water on their heads in the scorching sun, in the heat of traffic, still manage to have a smile on their face. And for me, that was a profound respect, and also made me think a bit more critically about, you know, my privilege and what I do have and how lucky I am to have it.
I can be a big worrier, you know, like I like to worry a lot and think about the future a lot, and here I'm really learning how to live in the present. I lost touch with life, let's say, and Ghana has given me back that awareness, right, towards life, to open my eyes.
We have to really focus on what can we do with what we have here, more than looking at what we can import or what is the neighbor doing in the Western countries.
I hope that this in Ghana will go on like that, so that people respect each other, whether they are Christians or they are Muslim, whether they are Ebe or whether they come from the Ashanti region, so that they respect each other. And I feel also that this makes the living together easier, also for us as foreigners who come from a different country, from a different culture, and who try to understand.
And it goes as it goes. Life is filled, the shots come in. You start healing, it don't mean you stop acting. And all the politics that goes on in every kitchen, of who is solved and who's to eat, and who's to stand and who gets the seats. Yeah. Oh, everybody, there's something cooking. Yeah. Oh, if you are hungry, come fill your bellies. Yeah.